You're listening to the Monday Night Community Show with Daniel on BRFM.
We're joined this evening with James Walker, and he's got a bit of an update on the big local. You may remember we spoke to Julie Blackmore probably a couple of months or so ago. Well, James come in with a bit of an update and also talking about some of the events they're going to be holding. Firstly, James, it's good to have you here at the studio.
Good to be here, Daniel. Thank you.
I was wondering if you could tell us or refresh us, what is the big local?
The Big Local is a lottery-funded project where they've allocated £1 million of funding for the next 10 years towards the eastern end of the island. So that includes Eastchurch, Warden and Leysdown. And the idea is it's a community-driven programme where residents will put forward the ideas of what they want the money spent on and will be actually involved in the spending process. So they will create the action plan themselves.
So could you tell us a little bit about yourself and your role within the big local?
Yeah, I mean, my day-to-day job is I'm a community development worker for Swale CVS. But for this big local project, I'm working with Julie Blackmore, who's the lead, as part of a community outreach team. And what we're doing is between now and September, we're going round meeting as many residents as we can, trying to get their opinions on what they'd like to see, trying to find out what they like about where they live, what they'd like to see improved, and most importantly, see how they would like to get involved in making a change to their community.
James, I was wondering what community engagement work has been done so far?
Well, what we did was in December, Swale CVS were commissioned by the Big Local Working Group to undertake some community engagement with all the local residents. And we've attended lots of local events that have gone on, like the Christmas lights being turned on, the new rose-tinted illuminations. We've also gone out and met as many clubs and club members as we can. So we've gone to the over 60s clubs, we've been at the children's centres, the short mat bowls clubs, football clubs, basically as many people as we can. And up till now, the focus has been on what they would like to see provided with the money. Whereas from now on, we're kind of moving on to the more visioning side of things, where we're looking at what will make a difference and trying to link them with other priorities for the area through SWAL and KCC and government plans and health as well.
I understand you're holding your first event in Eastchurch. I was wondering if you could tell us a bit about that.
Yes, certainly. The first event that we're doing for the community to come along and get involved and do a kind of visioning exercise is up at Eastchurch Village Hall on the 18th of May from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And what we'll be having is we'll be having 4 tables there, trying to get the community to give us different involvements, giving us ideas, telling us what ideas we've already had they would like to see prioritised for funding, and generally getting involved. There'll also be some generic stuff about the big local programme and how they can get involved. As well as this, to try and entice people into the event, we're also going to have plenty of free activities on show, and that'll include things like a face painter, the local children's centre play workers and community involvement workers will be there, as will Creepy Claws animal interaction. We're going to have some video games available for people to play and some refreshments as well. So we'd like as many people to come along on that day and give us their opinions and just get involved in the whole idea.
Now, I also understand that you've got some other events coming up as well. I just wondered if you could tell us about those.
Yes, certainly. Because this big local programme is for 3 areas, for Eastchurch, Warden and Leysdown, we're actually going to be holding one of these visioning events at each of the areas. As I said, Eastchurch is coming up in a couple of weeks' time. Then after that, on the 8th of June, we'll be in Leysdown, and on the 6th of July, we'll be in Warden. Both are at the Village Hall, and both are on a Saturday. Again, we will be having quite a lot of the free activities as well at those events.
Before you go, I know you want to talk a little bit about how people can get involved.
Yeah, one of the key things to this big local project is that it needs to be driven by local residents, and that means not only getting involved in giving us their ideas and prioritising the ideas that other people have come up with, it means getting involved with the actual working group who meet on an evening once a month to actually drive this forward, create an action plan. We're always looking for people to get involved in this because obviously £1 million funding is a great opportunity for the three areas. If anybody would like to get involved or know more about this, please feel free to contact us. The best contact is our telephone number on 01795 473828, or to email Julie, which is julie.blackmore@swalecvs.co.uk. But as well as that, if you'd like to see anything that's coming up and just keep an eye on what's going on, we do have a Facebook page called Big Local Eastern Sheppey, and we're regularly posting on there to let people know what's going on, what we're doing and what we've done.
I was wondering if you could just refresh our listeners on the dates of those events that are coming up for us.
Absolutely. The next event is at Eastchurch on the 18th of May from 10 until 2 at the Eastchurch Village Hall. And then the following events will be Leysdown Village Hall on the 8th of June and Warden Village Hall on the 6th of July.
James, I'd like to thank you very much for coming up to us here at the Monday Night Community Show and telling us all about the Big Local.
Thank you very much for having me.